Okay, I've just started a open to trade position here, as you can see, or I should say I put in an order. I placed this order here to buy 4 contracts at 1602.75, and I'm hoping that the market will come down to the support area that I'm anticipating will act as support, and then turn around and go higher. Now, okay, good, we just got filled, and I need to put a stop in here, so I'm going to utilize where this, you can see where that, the high of that triangle bar. So I'm going to place my stop, and it's going to have to be for 4 contracts, so just make that adjustment here. And my initial stop, okay, I'm long from 275. I also need to put in an objective, at least for the first half of the position. I like to do this. I'm going to put in my objective here at 1.5. So try and sell 2 at 1604.25, long 4 from 1602.75. So my stop I've got down at 1600.25, which is 2 ticks below. It's actually 3 ticks below the low of that first buying green bar that you see right there that started this up move. So I'm giving it, a fair amount of room. I think what I will do now that the first objective has been hit, raise that stop up there to just 1 tick below where that little dip got to. Now you can see that black shaded area. That's what I was expecting to act as support, to come within a tick or two of it. So I had my order in a couple of ticks above it. Actually, let's see, it was actually a full point above it. Now my stop at 1601.75, so it's a 1 point risk right now. We've hit our first objective, although I have not yet been filled. So we'll just give this a little bit of time here, and hopefully we can get a fill on this. Now, the reason that I have actually gone ahead and entered this trade a little bit higher than the low of that black patch right there is that earlier in the day, as you can see, when the market sold off and formed those 2 magenta selling bars near the low of the day on my chart just before 9:30. I'm on the Pacific time, West Coast time. So when the market came down and I hit on there, it got rejected pretty strongly. As a matter of fact, the market, our objective to the downside was in the 1594 area, and you can see that the market did get just almost down to that level, hitting down at 90, I believe it was 96.50. So hitting down to 96.50 and being rejected as strongly as it did, coming back down and testing it, and then moving up to where I have that blue line, which is at 1605.50, which was yesterday's low and which was a previous support. So what I'm thinking here is that the market didn't quite get down to the next support level and got rejected quite nicely from that level. It came down and tested that level and now has rallied back up. So with this black rectangle that you can see, call that a high velocity move, and that could very well be the start of a very good up move, because we do find that these high velocity moves do tend to be beginnings or ends of intraday auctions. So the one that was made on the low with those 2 magenta bars that I was just speaking of, that high velocity move, you can see that the market has been somewhat rejected from it. And because of that, with the buying that's come into the market, it's leading me to believe, at least at this point, that we've probably got some pretty good buying in place and have the potential to move up here quite nicely. So we keep hitting on our objective there at 1604.25. Haven't yet hit it. I'm just going to leave my stop in there. And so we got basically everything in place here. We know that the 1505.50 is a key level. The market has moved above it and backed off and appears to have found some support near where we got long. And so there's certainly some information in place here that's allowing us to go ahead and think that this market could very well be bottoming out here. So I think what I'm going to do now, we should, hopefully we're going to hit this soon. But at any rate, I think what I'll do now is go ahead and put this on pause. Okay, so I just started it back up, and you can see that we have been filled, and so as a result of that, I'm going to bring my stop up. Let's see, I got it right now at 175, so bring it right to break even. So we have made a 1.5 on that, on one half of our position, so that was just 2 contracts because we were only trading 4 to begin with. So that's good, and with the break-even stop, no worse than at least a total of a 3-point gain on here. So ideally, we're going to get some more lift here back above 1505, and we could potentially have a really strong move. And I'm going to put that order in there at 1606.75 to sell 1 contract, which is just obviously 1/2 of what we have left. So go ahead and put this on pause here just in a moment, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so restarted it here again. You can see that we are getting a little bit of lift. Hopefully we can move up towards our objective here and hopefully get filled here today. This would be a nice fill to get in at, or to get out I should say, at 1606.75. That'll give us a 4-point. Okay, good, we got filled on that. So I've got to reduce the stop here. We've only got 1 contract left on this trade, and it's at break even at 1602.75. So we have moved above that 1505 level, and trying to decide, we do have that deceleration bar right there, so I'm going to move it, my stop, up a couple of ticks below that buying deceleration bar that topped out at that blue line there. We'll see how we can do on this. I think what I'll go ahead and do is put it on pause, and we'll take this up when we've got other movement. Okay, restarted the video here. We are moving up nicely, and you can see that barrier that our software has up there in the 1610 area. Well, first of all, yeah, let me move the stop up just below that where the last liftoff took off from. So I got the stop at 1604.75, up there at 1609.75, 1610. That's a natural barrier. So I could either go ahead and put a limit in that area, thinking that the market could top out there and not move any higher. But I think because we've just come off a very important low, what I'm going to go ahead and do is actually move my stop up here and just kind of let the market go, because of the condition that we're dealing with right now. Under other circumstances, I think I'd probably want to exit that barrier. So I'll just go ahead and put this on pause here again. We'll pick it up in a moment. Okay, so we started back up here again, and you can see that the market has, it looks like it might be peaking out there, and we'll just sort of keep our eye on it. We've got the stop up there at 1606, so that would be what, a 3.25 point gain on the final partial should we get stopped on it. But I think the market's really got good potential here, so I'm going to give it a little bit more room. So I'll put it on pause and pick it up in a moment. Okay, you can see that it has acted as a pretty good barrier there, and the market's come off, so I started the video back up because it might just get stopped here. So this last contract here is kind of a, I'm being very lenient with it, let's put it that way. As I said a moment ago, when the market was reaching up to the 1610 area, that would be a likely area that I'd want to get out, because we know that's a likely resistance area. Because this is the final 1/4 of my position, I'm being very lenient with the stop and allowing the trade just to kind of more unfold. And should the market really start having a good rally up, it could do well. The one thing that's kind of going against this is that blue line there is the 1605.50, which could very well act as support. So I'm being kind of conservative here in one sense, because if I was really going to let this go, I'd bring that stop down a little bit more. I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to keep the 3.25 points happening in there. We've already made 4 and 3 is 7, so another 3 1/4, a little over 10 points I've got locked in. I'm just going to leave it at that. Might get stopped out here. Might not be okay, we get stopped out. Well, still got over a 10-point gain on that, and I still think the market is quite bullish. We could have a pretty nice run higher. So, just keep watching it here. But just want to take this time to thank you for watching. My name's Dave Johnson. This is from DayTrade the Markets, and this is from Thursday, June the 6th.